Hey, good morning. Welcome to Redwood Church. We are so glad you've joined us on this, the last Sunday, the last day of July. It is really impossible to believe. I know it's cliche, but time goes by so fast. And here we are at the end of July. I looked this morning, and many of Atlanta Metro and North Georgia school systems begin back to school. Classes begin tomorrow for school districts. And between now and August 12th, the very final North Georgia school district goes back the 12th. So between now and August 12th, most of the major districts will go back to school this week. Atlanta Public Schools, Fulton, DeKalb, Gwinnett, Clayton, Cobb are all going back within the next few days, which is crazy to me still that when I was a kid, when I was young, we didn't go back to school until after Labor Day. It's interesting, several school systems started on Friday. I do remember as a kid that often you would begin school on Thursday or Friday, the thought being that you're settling back in, you're learning your classes, you're not going to really get anything done anyway, and so that you would go get all of that out of the way on a Thursday or Friday, and then you kind of start in earnest that following Monday. Regardless, while the meteorological summer is still full in force, and we'll talk about that in a minute, summer vacation is really coming to a close, and also we will close out our sermon series that we've been in the past few weeks on vacation. We talked about that still small voice. We've talked about being willing to be in silence so that we can hear God's voice, and we've talked about being able to rid ourselves of some of the distractions and the difference between a trip and a vacation. That, we travel a lot as a family. We go places that are really awesome, but often involve a lot of walking and activity and not a whole lot of rest. And that sometimes it's good to just go hang out in a hammock or on a front porch in the mountains, or sit with your toes in the sand, or overlook the ocean by the beach. But today we're going to come to a psalm, and we're going to talk about a psalm that'll be very familiar. And it's a psalm that inspired one of my favorite hymns. And so we're going to dig into that a little bit. In fact, I meant to grab a hymnal, but I didn't do that. So I may drive Zach crazy here in a second, because I may get up actually and grab a hymnal here in a second. And he's rolling his eyes at me. So we're going to read this morning from Psalm 46. Psalm 46. And there are words in the midst of this psalm that will be very familiar to all of us. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth should change, though the mountains shake in the heart. There's a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of the Most High. God is in the midst of the city. It shall not be moved. God will help it when the morning dawns. The nations are in an uproar. The kingdoms totter. He utters his voice, and the earth melts. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Come, behold the works of the Lord. See what desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the end of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I am exalted among the nations. I am exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Be still and know that I am God. I'm not very good at being still. I'm not very good at all at being still. I don't sit still very well. I'm one of the biggest struggles I've had throughout school and ministry is that I don't do being still very well.